You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
A storm making its way across the county right now. Yet another one bringing rain and dangerous conditions along the coast. Here's a look at the rain outside of our studio right now. Coming down pretty light right now, but it is going to kind of add up as time moves on here. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol. This morning we do have team coverage. Chris Groh is live in Mission Beach with a warning about that high surf. But we do want to begin with Evan Arani, who has been tracking the rain all week long. This morning, it's here.
Yeah, another round of it. Day 5 now of consecutive days of rain in San Diego County. It's only the 5th day of the year, and every single day we've had measurable rain. Today is no exception. We expect ½ an inch to an inch in total to come down. Temperatures are cooler than yesterday in the upper 50s and low 60s for your forecast highs. And here's what radar looks like as we speak. We've got those showers all the way across the coastline from about the Santa Barbara area now through San Diego. It's just been over the last hour that they've mostly started up in San Diego, and we expect them to continue throughout the day, gaining more momentum as the day goes on. Evening hours, we're going to see these showers lessen up just a bit, but between now and the evening, we're just going to have kind of that steady rain. So again, all in all, ½ an inch to an inch. This is pretty similar to what we saw New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. And along with that rain, we've also got plenty of wind, we've got flooding concerns, and we've also got high surf out there. So high surf advisory in effect right now. CBS 8's Chris Groh is live in Mission Beach with a closer look at what conditions look like right along our coastline. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Evan. It looks like every half hour we're seeing that surf progressively getting worse and worse, or I should say stronger and stronger. And so we are expecting to see at peak 12 to 20 feet. That is what we have been told. So again, this is a good idea to keep an eye on this, especially because this could cause coastal flooding and potentially even mudslides as part of the forecast. So with all of that going on, we just want to make sure that everyone, of course, is being safe. San Diego lifeguards saying that it could have negative impacts, run-ups, possible flooding on the boardwalk and other areas of the beach, the bay. Also expected to see extreme tides like the ones that we've seen in the past, and that can easily cause backup actually in the San Diego River, which then of course can backflow, lead to major flooding in areas like Mission Valley and Fashion Valley. So this is all tied in together, so to speak, and again could cause a number of different areas of worry, if you will. Now, another area of worry, of course, are going to be the roads. Doesn't take much for flooding to happen. I know I just covered Fashion Valley, but Sorrento Valley could also see some flooding, and just the slickness of the roads right now. This is that first batch of rain that we've seen come down, and while it may not be actively raining right now, if those roads are still wet, that oil on the ground could still lead to hydroplaning. So we want everyone at home to be cautious. Now, another thing that we want you to be cautious of is that if you do decide to come out to the beach to watch that high surf, to see and enjoy a little bit of that, make sure that you're being cautious of your surroundings. It doesn't necessarily have to be flooding or the boardwalk washing out for you to get hurt. It could just be as simple as slipping on rocks. Listen to what San Diego lifeguards are warning folks about.
But the biggest things are the rock areas. If you're walking around, you want to watch the surf, that's great, but kind of pay attention. The rock's all wet because we'll get big giant surges.
And we will be here all morning to watch and see what those surges look like and bring those pictures to you. So if you want to stay home, stay dry, stay warm, don't worry, we'll have you covered. But of course, we do know that people like to get out here. They like to see Mother Nature at work, and we just want to make sure that everyone is safe while they are doing that. Another thing that we noticed, though, driving down on the 163 to the 8 were those Caltrans signs warning people that if you don't have to drive, don't do so until later on tonight. So again, probably best to heed that advice. Stay home, turn on CBS 8, and stay warm. Eric and Dana Marie.
Yeah, safety top of mind, and not just out on the roads. Take a look at this. A gust of wind brought down this gas station awning here in San Francisco. Right now, Northern California is bearing the brunt of this storm. 2 deaths are already being blamed on the storm. An infant struck by a falling tree in Sonoma County, and a 19-year-old who police say lost control of her car in standing water 40 miles west of Sacramento. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency. Near Sacramento, roads are still flooded from a New Year's Eve storm that breached levees, and that's why authorities are just urging people to stay home.
Stay off the roads if you can.
We're asking you to please stay home.
Stay home if possible.
If you do need to drive, remember you should never attempt to cross flooded roads. and show us the weather where you live here. You can share photos and videos on the CBS 8 app. Just go to the Near Me section at the bottom and click on the Share With Us button.
And we have some breaking news for you this morning. A homicide investigation is underway right now in Vista. Sheriff deputies tell us a person was found dead on the ground just after midnight in the front of a Star Lodge motel. This is in the 1900 block of West Vista Way. We're told the road is expected to be closed for a few hours. Avoid the area if you can. It's still not clear how this person died. We're going to continue to update you as more information comes into our newsroom. And right now, authorities are investigating after 2 men were shot near an elementary school in San Marcos. One of the men died. The other is in critical condition. It happened yesterday afternoon on West Broden Road near Los Posas Road. This is right by an elementary school and a park. A 19-year-old man was found on the ground. A 20-year-old was found inside a car. Both were airlifted to the hospital, but the younger man did not survive.
This morning we are working for you and questioning SDG&E after they announced your gas bill will more than double this month. A spokesperson says the rate hikes are due to the rising cost of natural gas. They claim they are not making a profit.
We pay in the market to get natural gas or electricity for our customers. We don't mark that up. If we pay $1 for natural gas, our customers pay $1.
But a bill is made up more than just natural gas. We asked for an explanation why those costs are going up as well and why we pay more than anyone else in the country. We were told wildfire mitigation projects, modernizing the grid, energy storage, and electric vehicles all play a role in those added costs you're paying. SDG&E also says it's now costing more to deliver energy.
That's the cost of the infrastructure, the pipes, the wires, the power poles that get the energy to your home.
SDG&E says they offer debt relief and payment plans. Long term, they're pushing for a rate reform at the state level. When asked if continuous rate hikes are now the new norm, we were told it's possible bills will go down after January when the demand for natural gas declines. Don't forget, here at CBS 8, we are working for you. If there's an issue you'd like us to look into, email workingforyou@cbs8.com.
Today, President Biden is expected to deliver a speech about border security. CBS News has learned the president will announce a new migration management strategy to reduce unlawful crossings. Migrants from Nicaragua, Cuba, and Haiti would be allowed to enter if they have a U.S.-based financial sponsor. Now, this is similar to a program for Ukrainians and Venezuelans. The president is also getting ready to visit the U.S.-Mexico border for the first time since taking office. It's happened ahead of the president's trip to the North American Leaders Summit in Mexico City. The exact location of his border visit has not been announced just yet.
Another round of rain falling right now here in San Diego County. And how much are we expected out of this one?
So this one is another one that should hit us pretty hard, very similar to what we saw New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, 1/2 inch to 1 inch in total. Now again, this isn't the most rain we've ever seen. We've seen much more before. And in fact, on New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, we saw 1.5 inches along the coastline. So that was already more, but it will be more intense than the 2nd of January, 3rd of January, 4th of January. We're now on the 5th of January. And expecting this rain to come through with pretty decent strength, along with wind, high surf, flooding concerns. So let's take a look at your watches, warnings, and advisories. The green that you see along our border with Orange County and then all the way up Orange County through Northern California, that's a flood watch that remains in effect. We don't have that flood watch for us here, but what we do have is a wind advisory from your coastline all the way through your mountaintops. That's in effect from 2 a.m. earlier this morning all the way through noon today. High surf warning is in effect from noon today through 6 p.m. on Friday. 10 to 12 foot waves possible, sets of 16 also possible. So it is going to be a high surf kind of day all the way through the next couple days. Coastal flood advisory is in effect because of that. That means that the parking lots closer to some of those beaches could start to get flooded. Areas that are just reside very close to your coastline are where we see that top concern. Noon today all the way through 6 p.m. on Friday. Very similar to the timing of the high surf advisory. So let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. We do have a break in sight. After today's rainfall, we'll get a 4-day stretch of dry conditions out there from Friday through Monday. Monday, we'll also see those temperatures warm up quite a bit. But for today, cooler temperatures in the upper 50s, rain in the forecast, wind as well. And you can see how that's going to come through over the next couple hours. Inland valleys could pick up on heavier quantities. Ramona coming in at nearly an inch. Fallbrook just around 3/4 of an inch. Otherwise, we're expecting most of the coastline to fall just around that ½ an inch marker, at least according to our European model. When we look at your wind direction right now, these winds are mainly coming out of the south. They're going to shift as the day goes on. Right now, we've got a lot of double digits though on here. Alpine going through 25-mile-per-hour gusts, 14 in Chula Vista, 37 up at Booker Hill. So it is already gusty out there, and in some cases the wind is a precursor to the rain that's coming already. So if you haven't seen the rain come down, well, we've got more of it in the forecast between about now and noon, tapering off by the evening, and then dry from Friday through the weekend. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. Remember, roads are wet as you start off the morning, but otherwise you're smooth sailing. 5 southbound, 78 westbound, 52 westbound, not having any issues as we kick off the morning.